We're live. Hey, we're live. Hey,
Live.
look, what's going on today? What's going on, dude? What's going on? What are you
Instead of
doing today?
drawing today, we are
Huh?
going to be interviewing a creator of Haven, a superhero noir story. So that's going to be interesting today.
Superhero, noir, like a superhero detective stuff, right?
Exactly,
Uh,
exactly. Very Frank Millerish kind of, Sin City style of, noir. As in the French for
you know what it
really
reminded me of
dark.
when I was looking through his comic book? It was
Uh,
like a lethal weapon. Le-
oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
lethal weapon. Then you had what's his name?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. He's the superhero, right?
That's right.
And the cop, the
Yes,
Bunny.
I'm too old for this shit.
Oh, you too old? What do you mean?
He always says that line, "I'm too old for this," every time.
Oh yeah,
Mel
yeah,
says
I'm
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I should have got it. I should have got it. Anyway, uh, he's the writer. He hired his own artist
Yep,
and editor. So he really believes in his craft, right?
that's right.
So and then he said, hey, you know, you know, take no what do you call it? What was the word that he was using?
No punches.
Yeah, yeah. Don't hold punches because I want to be, you know, put it through the gauntlet of questions and you know. So
We're,
that's a pretty
we're too
bold.
nice for that.
Huh?
We're too nice for
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. Well, let me hey let let me say quick hi to the early birds here.
That's right.
Hey, hey, the Christians. Hello from New Mexico. Hey, Brian. Brian's working on a comic book, second
Oh, I
one.
heard. I heard.
Yeah,
We should
yeah,
bring him on. We should bring him
yeah,
on next time.
yeah. Not next week
Maybe the week after or
because
something.
we got scheduled one, but maybe a couple weeks because I'm gonna have to go
Right.
be gone for a week. Hey, Digger J, my
Hey,
friend.
Digger.
Yeah. All right, all right. So let's bring this. I think you pronounce his name.
Yeah, it's a Brayden. Virora. Vilora. Okay, I
Brayden
just messed that
Viloria.
up. We
Brayden
Austin got it right.
Viloria.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. I'll bring you in.
Hey guys, how's
Hey.
it, how's it going? No worries at all. It's all good. It's all good.
Uh, hey,
I,
I knew you could take it. I knew that's why we messed up on your name because I know you could take it.
That's
absolutely,
right.
absolutely, absolutely. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Brandon, quick. Luke's gonna take over the interview, and I'm gonna help.
Cool,
I'm
cool.
gonna be your tech support.
All
I'm
right.
gonna do stuff. So,
All right. So,
go ahead. Luke.
hey everybody. So, this is a creator, Brayden or Haven Comics. I think you can find him on Instagram. A lot of that stuff is in the show notes. If I guess Naman, can we post the link to the thing and pin it to the chat? There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll find it.
So we're let's start with Brayden. Let's introduce yourself.
For sure.
What do you do? Your area and what you have coming up. In this case, this comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my name is Brayden Viloria, and I am the creator and writer of Haven. As was noted, Haven is a detective noir story. It really pulls from a lot of kind of recent media like Invincible. I like to say it's like the brutality of Invincible meets the mutant hate of X-Men, kind of the civil unrest there, set in a city that is as corrupt as Gotham City. So that's kind of like the if you like these things, you'll like my book kind of spiel. Yeah, and we really just tried to strive for high quality, just kind of perfectionism in those areas, and hopefully the story is intriguing enough to hook you. but I'm a little biased there. So
Right. Exactly. Is this your first Kickstarter or your first project and all, like writing project and the
yeah,
whole thing? Yeah.
yeah. So
Right.
yeah, my first project. It's yeah, I started this project over a year ago.
Right.
And not
And what
really.
inspired it to do this, or were you
Mhm.
like, yeah, like I noticed Haven Comics is actually also a comic book store that's out there, kind
Oh,
of.
yeah.
Yeah. Or...
No affiliation.
No, okay, so I
Uh,
wasn't sure. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I started this. Well, I got into comics and I actually started this when my uncle passed away
Oh,
from cancer. Yeah.
right.
And that was kind of, something that really hit home, and it was more of a way to like honor his legacy and see what I could kind of do. And I kind of turned to comics. Um, I kind of was like a really big fan of comics before, but never really thought that I could create anything or write anything. I wasn't the best in English class, uh, but the more I kind of researched it and delved into it, and noting that it's more of like a conversation between you and the artist of what goes on the page, and kind of like directing panels and everything, I thought I might be able to give this a shot, give it a go. And I searched for a while for the artist and who we're gonna pick, and yeah, it kind of worked from there.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you wrote the story for that, uh, why a noir? Was that something that gravitated you for storytelling, or
Mm,
you know what I mean? Like, did you read a lot of Frank Miller? Like, what that will lead us into, like, what is your influences that cause you to write
for
that kind of,
sure.
yeah, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of noir, I knew that I wanted to do something different than just like superheroes and tights.
right,
And I kind of wanted more of a grounded take on things. Actually, the inspiration behind that was my thought process was, wouldn't it be cool if we had the superhero setting, but if it was told from the perspective of the detective,
right,
so like a Jim Gordon kind of thing,
right,
with Batman, right? And so that's kind of where the idea spurred from, and then it kind of just evolved from there. Um, I introduced Haven, and originally Haven was going to be like a side character, or kind of someone that sets the plot off, and then you kind of have the detective go on this journey. And then throughout the process, I kind of made him into a buddy cop,
right,
their relationship and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of where the idea took a route.
right. And the I'm trying to, I forgot now. I forgot my as you get when you get 2 hours worth of sleep. Uh,
Fair enough.
the okay, so you came up with the story and all that stuff.
Mhm.
How long did you like? How many drafts did you go through to finally nailed where you were like, you know what, this is good enough? It's ready. Did you have any artist friends that reviewed it, or anybody with experience that looked at it first before you kind of dropped it out there, or did you,
Mhm.
like when we first start off, I usually go on Reddit and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
comic book collab and all these other stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, because I remember seeing, I think, going through your history, I remember seeing,
for
I
sure.
think, your posts and stuff like that too.
I'm sure you see quite a bit of comic book collab.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
that,
hold on, guys. Hold on,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
mhm.
First of all, I want to tell the chat room guys,
Yeah.
hey, we try to grill this guy, okay? We try
Yeah.
to find out if he's worthy of our backing it, right?
Right.
But we already have somebody backing the dude.
Oh, look
Is that
at
fair? Is that
that.
fair?
Okay, okay.
I don't know if that's fair, right? Right?
That's right.
Premature back, but thank you,
Yeah, that's
Brian.
right.
Yeah.
Premature back.
Yeah, appreciate you
Thank
though.
you, Brian.
Appreciate you.
Oh, did we mention
I just want to
tonight?
put that out there. I just want to
That's
put that
right.
out there.
Did we mention tonight that we are giving away 2 copies of the book, Lauman?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so there's a besides your, if you want to back him like Brian does, that's great. Thank you. But if you want to check it out, check out the interview, check out his Kickstarter Kickstarter
Kickstarter.
site. You want to check all that out, and you know, uh, I think after 2 random times we'll give away his books, so you could actually, you know, you know, if you don't want to, but I recommend those of you, if you guys are already gonna back him up, then I mean you're already gonna get the digital copy, right? So.
But if you hang around, if you we give out the book, you get your name in the book, right?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yes.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
So you have that chance of that happening to you guys. So yeah.
So
And
it's a good.
even Mike. All right,
Yeah.
let you guys get back to talking.
Yeah. So that so you so going back. So
Yeah.
how many you worked out your plot? Did you work out like every writer that I know here in the Toronto area that wants to get in the comic book? Did you work out from your beginning to end your pacing? Then you decided to how did you decided to break out a chunk? How many issue you're gonna have, and those little things. If you're gonna go through that process when you okay, so you came up with the idea, bam. Now you got to sit down and you got I've never written a comic book before. Right? You Googled it like everybody else, right? And find some sample scripts and stuff. Then you just literally sat down. What was your process? Did you come up with a plot, a character sheet, blah blah blah? Right?
Yeah. Okay. Funny enough, I actually came up with the ending of the book before I came up with the beginning. And I found kind of the ending. I want it to be really dramatic and super cool and all this, and it will be if you read the story. But I came up with the ending, and I was like, okay, cool. Now all I have to do is write to get to that point, right?
Right.
And so I didn't mean for it to be that way, but starting kind of backwards and going forwards, I felt kept me with this kind of North Star of I know where I want to go there. So that was super cool. But not not really writing a comic before. I looked at obviously you have Robert Kirkman and kind of all of them, the bigger names in terms of how they structured their stories and everything. I broke down, I think, the first issue into kind of sections of not so much what I want to be on the page, but what I want to tell the audience.
Right.
So what I want to get across, what should the audience be feeling at this moment? And I found, instead of looking at it super formally, in terms of it has to be this, setting it to where things are a little bit looser. We're still kind of in the discovery phase, and we can kind of flesh it out kind of as we go, while still having that outline there. I feel worked really well, and I found throughout the process too, working with the artist, that artists, I thought as a writer, I was cool. What I have on the script will be what's on the page, right? And then it doesn't work out like that. It's not always like that. And I would put something out on the script, and the artist would put something different, and I'd be like, "It's supposed to be like this," and they'd be like, "No." So doing that, working with an artist, you kind of give and take a bit. And I find that super cool because it provides a different twist on, I didn't quite think about that. Can we touch it up here? Can we go there? So that process has been super, super interesting for sure.
So you pretty much found your collaborative person that that can help with the storytelling visually, that is, right? Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So a lot of the time, from a creative side, there's a reason why we artists are what we do is we take a look at a script, and sometimes I know writers. I don't know if you do this, but your first shot is you're putting in 50 things in the first panels.
Yes.
Characters walking down the street, baby, blah blah blah, cart, this thing, car speeding down, and it's like, wait, what is your main focus, right?
For sure.
I'm not drawing like 80 different things in one panel, and it's got, the panel is going to be, inch
Yeah.
high by, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
forth. Okay, so yeah, so this is more like a learning thing for you. This is your first script. And you did, like, working with an artist, I'm assuming it became more inspiring. That gave you a new twist. Did it end up changing your overall story arc or plot line kind of thing? Was it the first issue, or will it affect your ending that you started off with?
Um,
Or do
I
you
don't.
think?
Yeah, who knows?
Right.
No, I don't think it'll affect the ending. I think it. If anything, it added story beats.
Right.
That I was like, I kind of for some of the things I kind of worked around the artist, right? If they
Right.
were like, hey, I really want this, or I'm really feeling inspired about that, in terms of what's on the page, I was like, okay, cool. That's
Right.
what you're inspired about. Let me add like a story beat in issue 2 about like
Right.
this thing, right? So yeah, it didn't go exactly, and I think this is true for anything. It didn't go exactly how you expect it to, but I
Right.
think that it worked out. And the artist, is Leonardo Utin. He is this kid from Argentina, 19.
Wow.
And self taught. And you said comic book collabs. Actually, yeah, I found him
Right.
on comic book collabs. He had a couple images up. I thought they were cool. I thought there was like a lot of potential there. And gave him a shot. And his stuff is just. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't say nicer things about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely was a learning experience, kind of off the rip. And I think now that I've kind of gotten more in the flow of things, I'm now working on like a second project too. And I found, even with like my other artists and stuff like that, the team that you pick, right, changes the process.
Yep.
So much with things, right? And I think kind of as I go on, I'll keep finding that different teams, can affect how I write or how they interpret the story.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Like the art style, I thought was, from the pages or the panels that I've seen, the art style is very noir-ish, and I'm assuming that was your goal all along.
Mhm.
Why noir? Like, why that theme? Why not, takes place in the future, or takes place in, the past, those kind of things, or, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with the noir theme, I knew that there were a lot of books that mess with time travel or mess with future stuff.
Yeah.
And you can kind of find like a lot of like superhero books that kind of dip their hands in a lot of different things. What was really important for this book is I wanted something really grounded, really really brutal, in terms of kind of how society and the world react to the superheroes. And I just found like noir to be like this perfect fit of like gritty, um, this like gritty, like no nonsense, kind of grounded feel, while still, being able to fit superheroes in there, right? And
Right.
being able to be like, what, this can be believable, right? Or if, there was a city, that was kind of populated with these heroes, or populated with these enhanced, as we call them,
Right.
how would they react, right? Or what
Right.
would be the reaction when a building goes up in flames, or when people die, right?
Right.
And I really wanted to hone in on that aspect. And I find so much with noir, you get it where the city is its own character, right? The people
Right.
in the city um, are its own kind of thing, and that's really what I wanted to hone in on. Where it's not going to be Superman and and Batman, where things kind of happen and it works out at the end of the day. It's like, no, if things get messed up, people are gonna know and they're gonna get fed up with it.
Yeah, they're gonna die pretty much. I saw some of the panels where some characters are what you're doing is very invincible-ish. That when I was shocked to see.
We cram a lot. We cram a lot in the first.
So this is really not for kids. So
not for the adult readers. Yes,
for the adult reader, the mature reader. Let's put it that way. For the mature reader, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're out there who likes superheroes, but also like the detective idea of it, this is where there was that one cover of if we go back up at the beginning there's that one cover of the detective and Haven. I'm assuming that's the character name. Yeah. So that's it's very buddy cop. That's why Nauman mentioned it was very Lethal Weapon ish, but
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just imagine Mel Gibson a little nuts, but with superpowers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I never even figured with that comparison, but that's totally right. Yeah, especially the I'm too old for this shit kind of thing.
I'm too old. That's right.
Yeah, it's very spot on for the detective. Absolutely.
Right. So, okay. So
I'm too old for this shit. I am.
That's right. We'll go into a little bit more of that. So I just want to, for anybody who's joining us, we are talking with Brayden. He's the creator of Haven, a superhero noir story. So superhero genre with very detective noir theme to it. His Kickstarter is running now. The link is available, and I think it's pinned on top and also available in the show note if you are watching this on the rewind or recap. At the same time,
sorry about the pinning because I don't know how to access my YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and just keep on provide linking on the chat room. Okay.
Yeah. So also you can actually see it in the show note, right? I forgot to check, but it should be available in the show note for later. Or hit us up later and we'll post it, or on Instagram. Definitely follow Haven Comics on Instagram, Facebook, and all his socials also available at the bottom there. If you are, again, like just recap, if you are into buddy, this is it's very serious tones with like the older cop is the wiser. He seems even just from the image itself, I can tell like you have somebody who's pretty much babysitting juvenile delinquent with like a lot of superpowers, a lot of and it looks fun. It looks a lot of fun just from that image alone, right?
Thank you.
So anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover for anybody joining, we're just gonna cover the creative concept first before we dive into the actual Kickstarter. We want to pick his brain from a creative perspective on how he came up with the story and his journey through finding the artist and picking the style that he wanted to do. So so that this is where we're next. So style wise, right? So you picked noir as a theme. You went through, you wrote the script. I'm assuming you did multiple drafts. Had a bunch of friends read over it, or was just like yourself and
not a bunch of friends. I had some family read over it, and my significant other read over it too, and kind of give like cliff notes and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of it was kind of just a lot of discussion between me and the artist. And actually, when I started, it actually started with a different artist. His name was Gleed Robinson. We worked on the first 4 pages, and that's initially what we were going to go with in terms of the Kickstarter. And he actually got picked up by an editor, which was love that for him. And so he was busy with kind of projects on the go and everything there. So I had to turn on my heels and find someone else, and through the late night searches of comic book collabs, I found Leonardo Utin, and
Where's he
and
from?
Argentina.
Argentina, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, from Argentina, 19. His art's amazing, but what really drew me to his the pages he had and the art he had on his page was the colors. The colors really hit home for me with kind of the art style that he was going for. I think he had a Batman and a Spider-Man image up, and it was even the Spider-Man one, which is usually really bright, and kind of going for it was kind of like dark and kind of noir-y. And I was like, this guy can do it, right? This guy can hit the toe.
Right.
And I reached out, and yeah, he said he had never worked on comics before, but was willing to give it a go. And little over a year later, here we are, and yeah, it's been a good ride.
Right.
Also, this is a first time as an artist himself too.
For comic books, yeah, he said it was his first time as an artist doing comic books. But yeah, and Amal, Desai is the letterer. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
But first time working like professionally in comics. I think it's professional. We're on Kickstarter. We're there. We're there.
We're there.
Do you do art yourself? Do you do art yourself?
Me? Oh no. If I did the art, it would be stick figures and weird looking goldfish would be on the pages. But I hire more talented people.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The companion book to Haven will be my doodles.
Okay.
So you found your artist that you needed. You found the style. It gravitated to the story that you want to tell. Then you guys start punching out pages. How long? I'm assuming the book is done, right? All the audience out there.
Yeah. So we are at page 16 of the book. So we have 4 pages to go, but very excited for sure.
Very excited. Okay, so that means that it's as a super backer like myself who likes to know that you guys are not at page 4.
Yes. Yeah. Not at page 4. Definitely not.
Not at page 4, right? So okay. So pretty much the project is almost complete.
Yep.
You have 26 days, I believe, left in the campaign. So you pretty much launched 4 days ago. So okay. So that's what we're looking at. So anybody want to help back this project, make it a reality for our first time creative? This is going to be great. You get to see his, you're going to get to see first appearance of an artist. If he's 19, he's got a lot of potential, guys. So any collectors out there.
There you go. Eh? So, yeah, the long, illustrious career, and you get the
he's 19. He's not my age, right? He's 19. So yeah, he seems like the art style is fantastic, right? The color and the mood is just perfect for the superhero genre, detective story kind of theme, right? So yeah, when you created the story and stuff, so let's talk about the characters.
For sure.
Okay, of your book.
You another anytime if you want to play the preview anytime, please let me know.
Yeah, you want to do that? Let's do that first, and we'll go into the character part. So that will give everybody a chance to take a look at. There you go. Yeah, let's play the trailer. You want to make it that full screen there?
Hi, my name is Brayden Viloria. I'm the creator and writer of Haven. Haven is a brutal superhero setting wrapped up in a detective noir story. I'm working with very talented artists to bring this vision to life. A vision that a year ago started in tragedy. A year ago, my Uncle Garcia, a well-respected cop and even better man, died of cancer. I started searching for a way to bring his memory and his legacy alive. And I created Haven, a story that is multifaceted and its characters are flawed. One in which everyone has a past and skeletons in their closet. And I needed 2 people to face these unknowns, to to face the dangers and the darkness of Rook City. I created Haven, an upstart hero looking to ignite the hope of the people of Rook City. And in loving memory, I crafted Garcia into the story as the detective. I hope that you look at our Kickstarter. I hope that you back. Thank you for your support.
Look at that art style.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I love, even like the way he does motion with, like the slamming against the shield is really nice. It's just, really good stuff. Oh,
It had a lot of potential.
Yeah, I love, the lettering we did here with the letterer I was just like, I want like crazy vibes for the cell seat. So he rocked that for sure.
Well, you know what? If you didn't tell me he was a professional, I would have believed you. I mean,
yeah.
Well, that's
for first time.
That's the hope.
You shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah. That's the hope right there. And really with that, we just wanted to bring that professional feel, right, to everything. This is our first kind of go about. This is our first round of things, but just nailing, right? Like I said from the start, with this project, I wanted you to pick it up off a comic book shelf, right, and not be able to know the difference. Maybe in terms of, hey, this is cooler than the rest, but not be able to know the difference in terms of quality with anything else on the shelf, right? And I think we really nailed that for sure.
Yeah, it looked really, really good, right?
Thank you.
And again, especially, so he did the coloring too, right?
Yeah, so he did pencils, inks, and colors. So he's
the
whole gambit.
And even analog.
Yeah. Did he do this analog or digital? The book.
Digital. Yeah, he was in digital.
Yeah, so he did it digital, right? So it has that feel to it too at the same time. So Naman, if you look at it, if he did it analog, then it would have been watercolor or whatever the stuff is. But a lot of the time when the colorist comes in, it's always digital, right?
Yeah.
You can get the gradients, you can get the shadows you want, and the color controls, especially when it goes to printing and stuff. So so your goal for the project was I believe his goal, this is Canadian from my Kickstarter. His goal is $3,500 Canadian. I believe that is $1 American, I believe, with the current exchange rate right now. It's about $2,500 American. So just what we need is he's pretty much past halfway there. If we can make a few more for tonight, that'd be great. And pass the word. By the way, if you can't back this, if you can't, if you're from a certain country that's a little farther, but you're shipping this internationally.
So the shipping for the physical copies are Canada and US. Okay. And then the digital copies can be anywhere
around the world. So there you go. So if you can't back a digital copy, maybe what do you call it? If you can't support it any other way, maybe share the link. That'd be awesome, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Help.
You see that Brian is a backer right here. Already.
Yeah. So anybody can help out. That's great. Help make this possible because we have to save the comic book industry. I know if you guys haven't heard.
No. We're gonna take over the comic book industry.
Exactly. I like that. We're gonna take over the comic book industry. That's right. Indies, rise up right now.
Indies.
It's our time. It's our time.
Right. It's our time. It's really what this is, right? So with things going on in the world and happening in the U.S., costs will go up. I know, I understand, but anything that can help with creative like Brayden, the artists from around the world and stuff, that'd be great. Especially
Look, go ahead and talk your discussion a little bit more. I'm gonna set up a where
a wheel.
I want to give these early birds a chance to win a.
That's right, guys.
So go ahead and talk, and
we got it. Now. Okay. Cool. So you found your artist. You found he did color and all that stuff. So pretty much you hit the jackpot.
Yes, yeah,
Right. So instead of paying multiple people, all you have to do was look for letterers and the bit, right?
yeah.
So yeah, going through it, when you got the pages done, as you go through the page, uh, are you going through it again for editorial purposes, for things like page turns and
Mhm.
pacing and all that other stuff right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So making sure, and kind of as I was researching everything too,
Right.
a big thing that came up was make sure your page turn makes them want to turn the goddamn page.
Exactly.
Um, and so I was like, oh, noted. Okay,
Right.
great. Those are kind of like the small little things, right? That going into it when I was first starting out, I was like, had no idea, right? I
Right.
wasn't super like aware, and then as the process went on, I was like, okay, sweet. So like this is kind of how I want to set up the book with that, and yeah. So every page we do, we make sure that the stuff said on the page turn is impactful, is cool, gives you kind of a different vibe, and makes you want to flip that page to
Right.
the end for sure. And
Yeah.
yeah.
What kind of pitfall? Okay, so before we head into that, okay, so
Mhm.
let's from the creative side of stuff. Uh, Anybody out there who's looking into creating a comic book and you are afraid of, let's say, getting your stuff out there, what, um, as a writer, from a creative writer stuff, okay, you've never done this before, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? You got that fear that
Yeah.
says, "Am I
Yeah.
good enough?
Yeah.
Am
Yeah.
I right?" Even the artist and
Mhm.
anybody who's creative has that.
Yep.
Right? Getting your stuff out the door. Um, what um, what obstacle that you think you feel that, or anything that you could recommend somebody like yourself to,
Mhm.
like, you know what I mean? Like to get over that and just say, look, gotta, you gotta do this, or
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What was it that inspired you, or something like that?
For
You know what I mean?
sure. Yeah. So, yeah. When first starting out, I was super nervous. I think it being permanent, right? Like, a lot of like creator bias of like, is what I have really good enough? You know what I mean? Like, is the story that I'm trying to do really impactful? Is it corny? Is it cheesy?
Right.
Right? Kind of all those things kind of go through your mind, and you really have to be. I think two things, probably three things you have to do. Right? Is you have to be your own biggest fan. You really have to believe in the work you're putting out because it's your work, right? And at the end of the day, maybe not everybody loves it, but you'll find people that do. Not everything's for everyone, and it doesn't have to be.
Right.
And then just start. One of the I think most paralyzing things as I was getting up to do it was, kind of the risk of what if I do this and it's awful? What if I do this and it's if I don't have the chops, anything like that? What if my story's not structured properly? Right?
Right.
Just start. Do a rough draft. You know what I mean? Do a first go around, and don't start with just one or two pages. Map out, you know, your first issue, right? Even if it's just, I just did outlines in the beginning where they said on this page I want something like this to happen, and on this page I want something like this to happen, and I did that for all 20 pages, and then I reworked it, and I was like, okay, what can we take out, what can we like tighten up a little bit, to kind of give room for more pages and stuff. Yeah, just starting, and going, and seeing where it takes you, right? You might start the process and be like, I hate this. Comic book writing sucks. Or, you might be like, oh, okay. Like, I really like what we're producing. I like, and then super, super important. It matters a whole heck of a lot, who you collaborate with.
Right.
You know, part of this process, from a writer's perspective, at least, when you're entrusting, your script, and especially if you're going to be a creator on it, you're trusting that other person, right, to buy in a little bit to the vision that you have. And so, some questions I had is how do you get, like, your artists to buy in, or how do you get, how do you build that relationship, build that rapport?
Right.
When you're paying a page rate, it seems very like employee. And I just share with them, your inspirations and your ideas for the story, and get them involved with it too. I think really helps to kind of flesh out that partner relationship, that even if you are paying the person, right, even if you are the creator,
Right.
at the end of the day, it's going to be a partnership.
Right. Like, okay. Was there any part in when you were creating this that you said, fuck this, I don't want to do this, and yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we go through that little bit of like, well, then what happened, that made you say, you know what, this is starting to, like, something happened. Did you just like what's his name that says, you Stephen King, right? One of my favorite art writers. He said he writes every day, right?
Mhm.
Half his stuff is no good, like 90% he throws out, right? But
For sure.
he just needs to do that. What was that your exercise to, like, when you got into that part, or did you just hit a wall and walked away for a while, and did something different, then come back to it, or?
Yeah, when the first artist got picked up by an editor, that crushed me. I was, I was pretty crushed. We were on 4 pages. We were going, and there I was kind of like, I don't want to redo everything. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you pay into things and you go, damn, that was a lot of money, and
Yeah.
you go, and I have to redo it again.
Yeah.
And I took a little bit of a break when that happened, and I kind of just thought on things, and the idea for the story kept popping up, and you get this kind of urge to create or to write, to make things, and I said, you know what, let's do it all over. Let's do it all over again. Let's start from scratch. Let's do it all over again.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made, and super ignited a love for comics, and creating them. Um, yeah, it's been great. And you're gonna come up. I think with any kind of creation journey, or making anything. I'd be hard pressed to find someone who didn't come up with road bumps, or even self doubt, right?
Yeah.
Push through, because at the end of the day, the comics and the things that get shown to people are the ones that get created, and so
Right.
do whatever you need to do to get there.
Yeah. So you hear that, everybody? This is how we save the comic book industry. We gotta push
Absolutely.
through. Especially this time. I'm panicking right now.
Okay, I want
Yeah.
to tell you guys about the giveaway too. I thought
Okay.
about it.
Yeah.
We said we're gonna give away 2 digital copies away.
Okay. We're gonna give
And
the first one away for now, for the early birds.
I'm
Right?
doing the first one now. Now, in the process of doing this, and person who says, "Hey, I want this digital copy, but I want to support it," right? And he's gonna get the digital copy. He don't need another digital copy.
Right.
So you're welcome to donate it, and I will give it away to someone who's not gonna get it, right? So that's. I just wanna. I don't wanna. I wanna give Brayden maximum support as possible.
Heck
So
yeah.
so uh, I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting, and the hashtag will be hashtag Havens.
That's HAVEN. Hashtag Haven.
Yeah,
Right. So it's your chance to
like I
start
write
putting
it,
in Haven, guys.
HAVEN. Yeah.
That's right. So everybody who isn't in the chat, there's your hashtag. We'll give you a few minutes to put that in, and this is your chance for a digital copy. With the digital copy, once the campaign is done, your name will also go into the thank you part of the book. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. That's your chance. So yeah, And if you already backed the project, thank you guys. If you backed
Yes, thank you.
yeah, if you back the digital portion in, if you don't want another digital copy, again, please by donating it back into the giveaway, and we'll give it to another person who might like somewhere outside of North America, who might
Yeah.
be able to get a
Also,
chance to get a copy.
I love this one. I love this kind of giveaway because it's we're not border bound, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So if you happen to be from Canada,
Yeah.
that's okay. I don't
Yeah.
have to ship it to Canada.
That's
Canada.
right. I'll just drive out to this.
Yeah, there you go. Drive
I'll
out
pick
for a
it up.
copy. Heck yeah, Locke, let's do it.
So yeah, you from the creating and the whole bit, let's talk about your inspiration of the character, right?
Mhm.
So early in the show, you had an uncle,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
He's a police officer. A lot of you guys don't know. I believe out in Saskatchewan, he's Mountie or the provincial police.
Local police.
Local provincial police. Yeah, he passed away of cancer, which is really sucks. Condolences there,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah, no, thank
So
you.
speaking of cancer, I'm gonna do a shameless plug. We are currently, I believe the campaign is running right now. A couple shows are doing that. So anybody, I know cancer has affected a lot of people out there. There's the comic for curing cancer that's happening.
Okay.
So this here, the events are going on. I believe Rob Fatstack. Just head over to the Instagram there, Comics for Curing Cancer. It is a fantastic. What do you call it? While you guys are putting in the hashtag for the early birds for Haven Comics, it is a great cause. All donation, all proceeds, 100% will go to the American Cancer Society. And you'll get a chance. I believe Rob has announced a new website where you can actually do the donation. And the website will slowly start putting up bidding stuff for rare items in comic book industry, from original artwork to art books to signed slabs to all sorts of stuff. Donation around the comic book community. And let's fight cancer, fuck cancer, the whole bit, right? Because it affects everybody. For anybody Canadian, there is the Canadian Cancer Society that's happening too. Make sure you reach out and donate, and it helps out a lot for cancer research. We have that here, the Hollenberg Group, which is a children's hospital up here that supports, helps family with cancer, children with cancer. That's a good cause too for the Toronto area, if you guys are into that. I think there's going to be an event called Capes for Kids. It's basically a superhero event that for artists will show up and do sketches for pledge. I think that's happening in April. I believe. I'll check. But otherwise, please support the cancer comics for comics, right? Curing cancer. Just head over to Instagram, scan the, and do your best if you can. I know it's a good time. That's it. Okay, so back to our Haven thing. Right, there we go. You want to do a giveaway now, do you think, or is that?
Well, I mean, we only have one entry here, so.
Oh wow! I see 3.
Okay, come on, guys.
Come on, guys, put in your thing. Let's see, Lacruces.
What I recommend you guys do is go ahead and win the entry, and be generous and give it to if you're gonna get it, give to someone else too as well.
That's right.
There you go.
So,
do you want to do the giveaway now, or do you want me to continue on for a little bit and just?
I got only 2 entries, so I like to have. There's 7 of us in here so far. So
okay, so we'll do that. Okay,
yeah.
So about your uncle passing away cancer. Okay,
Mhm.
so he is basically what inspired the main character, the cops. So,
Yeah.
Can you go through the characters? Your 2 main characters right now.
Yeah, for sure. Actually named after him as well.
Right.
Detective Brightly. So he's kind of like your no nonsense cop that we kind of see. Kind doesn't super love enhanced for kind of what they bring and the risk that involves with them, right? And yeah, he's kind of thrust into the aftermath of this fight after Haven and Inferno go at it. This building apartment complex burns up, and it leaves 5 dead, right? One of them being the Humans for Humanity leader, Jeremy Whitaker. So
Okay.
Humans for Humanity, this group that, hate enhanced, think X-Men, kind of in terms of that, right? And he's thrust into kind of these protests and these riots that are kind of descending now onto Rook City PD. And he has Haven in the interrogation room. He has Inferno locked up, and he's kind of at the center of it with it all. And the idea for that is I kind of wanted like a moral foil to Haven,
Okay.
right? To say, yeah, okay, what you do is great. And get to kind of almost test the no killing rule in normal superhero stuff, right? It's like, oh, it's fine if you don't kill, but what repercussions, right? Does that put on everybody else that don't have powers, right? That don't have like that choice to make, right? That they can just be like, well, I won't, kill you. I won't stop you right here, right? And let the fight kind of play out longer, right? Potentially hurting more people. Is kind of his perspective there. And I wanted them to kind of be opposed to each other, at least in their ideologies.
Right.
Haven is more of a hopeful, like think like your Superman, your Superboy, wanting to be like, hey, like we, just wanting to do what's right. And for Haven, I kind of thought, what would it be like if Superman was in Gotham City, right? And I was like, if Superman was in Gotham City, and he didn't get like the standing ovation when he stops the bad guy, but people are like, fuck that guy.
Right.
Like my house is destroyed, or like my car is totaled, right? Like, what are you doing? And I kind of wanted to play with that a bit, and I wanted to be like, here's this hero that is super powerful, and let's give him these kind of hard hurdles, these challenges to kind of overcome, where he's going to be tested. Like, how far are you willing to go, right? How far are you going to have to go? And just push him and see, what it takes to break him.
Nice. So basically Superman in New York.
Yeah, sure. I'm walking here. Yeah, everybody's having a Monday.
Monday, right? So the from Haven perspective, is he a new power? Does he understand what he has, or how did you write him in that? You know what I mean? Like, did all of a sudden he know that he had all these power, or did he just like something? I mean, I don't want to give you the whole book away, but can you give that little bit of that character a little bit more of that? Yeah,
for sure. So with Haven, he is not like brand new. He's probably been on the scene for about 6 months. So enough to kind of have like a buzz around him, but not enough for him to be like known. And I kind of wanted to steer away from the like ultra super known, like everybody in Metropolis knows Superman, right? Or everyone in Gotham City knows Batman. I wanted to be like, no, these characters you're gonna meet, while not being newly formed in that way, still have a little bit of time that they've been doing this, that the audience doesn't get to see right away.
Right. So like, pretty much, do you have in this world a super team like Homelander who?
Are these things? Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
Are these things revealed in your first issue?
So kind of. So not for Haven. I think I did send you guys the kind of newer pages. There is I'll say there is some interesting stuff about the detective that kind of pop up that maybe add to more of his knowledge with enhance and stuff like that in his younger years that he used to do.
Right. So the
Yeah,
detective himself.
I,
Go
I
ahead.
sort of want to keep it to the what's coming on your issues rather than all the things that's not in there. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
For sure.
Yeah,
So yeah.
because I want these when people are buying these comic books on Kickstarters, you know, you know the things you're mentioning, if they're not in there in the books, then
Yeah,
they be a little bit maybe. Hey, I thought you're gonna have this particular stories in here, but
yeah, the story arc in there.
yeah, it's not in there.
For
So
sure.
if and so be just so be aware what
Yeah.
you have in your
Good
your
point.
comic book right now that you are publishing, right?
Yes.
Good point.
Yeah, so the first issue in terms of kind of story arcs or in terms of the characters themselves, the audience does get to see more of the detective and his background into what he used to do in the past, maybe more of his knowledge. And I did throw some like homages to like Teen Titans if you get the reference, you get the reference when you read it. But yeah, that maybe there's more than meets the eye with the jaded detective
Right.
there, and some reasoning maybe behind that. And with Haven, I left it to where the audience doesn't really get to see that backstory. So
Right.
with Haven, I want it to be more of something that gets fleshed out over future issues.
Okay.
What you see from the hero Haven in this issue is you get to see kind of him fumble and kind of blunder his way to kind of the end.
Right.
And that was put there intentionally because I want to give you enough information to where you're kind of intrigued, you kind of know what's going on, but you kind of don't, so that we can kind of hit different things in different issues.
Right. So the how many what are your plans for this first set? 6-part
Mhm.
miniseries or 4-part or 8-part or that kind of stuff. What do you see
Uh,
yourself for this first? So this is the first book. Out of
yes.
how many do you think you want to do first to test your water or test your
Yes,
metal? Yeah.
for sure. To test the water, test the
Yeah.
metal. I would like to do 8. And I think in terms of 8, it gives a good amount of time to fit a good chunk of story there,
Okay.
and also kind of hit to get 2 volumes would be super cool and trade back
Right.
eventually. But yeah, 8 is has kind of been the goal, and like being realistic. Hey, if people like it, by issue 8 and they want to see more, I'm not opposed to
Yeah.
making more. But yeah, 8 issues is what we have planned for Haven.
So yeah.
And
So we have to make this issue reality so we can actually see issue 2,
yes.
then and so forth and so forth and so forth. So that's our goal for tonight, right?
Okay, let me
Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Give a last call for the first giveaway. This is it, guys. I got 4 entries so far. We have 10 people
Yeah.
online, so please
Yeah, so hashtag Haven.
Haven,
This will
it's your
give you
last
a
chance
digital
for the
copy once the campaign's done, right? And also, you get your name in the thank you section of the book, which is a great added bonus for helping supporting this. If, according to Nauman, if you guys already backed this project, thank you. And if you already backed based on digital, and you're welcome to, if you win this, you're welcome to donate it back. So give it to somebody else.
Well, you could give someone to yourself. You could price tag
That's
someone
right.
else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you want to support the project but don't have the funds for it, please share the Kickstarter campaign on any of your social media platform and so forth. Let's save comics and one
Yes.
comic at a time. And
Countdown.
yeah, there you go.
5,
Right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go. All right.
Uh,
Are we gonna spin?
spin.
There we go. Woohoo! Good luck, everybody. Thanks for showing up tonight, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey, let's go! Heck yeah!
Awesome.
all right.
Congrats,
Let's
buddy.
just, let's Christian. Actually, I think I have a Las Cruces. I don't need his address. I just need your email, and I just
Yeah,
whenever I get the
hit
PDF.
up Nauman, and he'll provide it once the campaign runs its course.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Hey, I'm glad you're excited. And hope you like the book.
Yeah. So so our detective is your what's his name there in Mel Gibson's Lethal Weapon there. But he's the grounded one. He grounds I guess the audience, the reader,
Yep.
into the city. He is I'm assuming he's our moral compass. He's the jaded, I guess. Can you go through him as a character of what is his purpose in the book that you saw when you wrote this? And yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I really wanted, when I made the detective, like I said before, to kind of have clashing ideologies between Haven and the detective, right? And I wanted to challenge, so many times you see in superhero comics this notion of holier than thou heroes, right? That can do no wrong and stop evil perfectly without killing anyone, and no one gets hurt. And I was like, that's cool. I love that. But in reality, right? How would this stuff play out? And in society, right? With people getting hurt or injured, right? How would that stir people up? And I wanted the detective to kind of be the person that has that on his shoulders. So Haven gets to be the upstart hero, right? That's punching Inferno and doing all this, and kind of how you see in the opening pages there, right? But then and especially on this page here, page 4, where him and the detective get talking, and him and the detective get talking, and pretty much at the bottom of the page there, he asks, like, he goes, did you hold back against Inferno, right?
Right.
Did you hold back? And Haven doesn't say anything, right? Because he knows he did. And the detective goes, he's like, you get to hold back. None of us get to, right? And so.
Right.
So you can sleep easier at night knowing that you didn't go too far, but what does that mean for everybody else, right?
Right.
And then this next page here kind of emphasizes that where you see like all the cops running around, putting on riot gear, and these protesters clashing, right? And it's like, oh, okay, not making a choice like that, right? Not going further also has consequences, right? It's not just this you don't kill, you're sanctioned from everything else, right? It's how do you stop the threat? And you got to see the consequences kind of unfold there. And so for the detective, that's what I wanted to ground him. He's the human. He is the the everyman in a way. To Haven's kind of fantastical, I can fly and punch people really hard. And with Haven, I really wanted there to be a play from the detective's more jaded nature, right? Like, does it have to be like that? Like, do I have to make this choice of going too far, or wanting to save people, right? Wanting to be this beacon of hope, but not really knowing how to right now. And so I wanted to kind of play with those ideals in the story, and I really like their dynamic in the beginning. kind of being like opposed, and the detective kind of being over Haven. And I think as you see kind of later on in the issue, you'll see them working together more. And you might even go like, hey, these guys might make a good team. You know, they might make a good duo.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's cool. So you really you really have the city. The city's basically your backdrop of what's going on. You got rampaging. It's kind of like your drug. Your drugs are these superheroes who just who are just creating havoc. Some are trying to protect other people, but they don't look at the collateral damage that happens within this. And this is I kind of like that idea. It's always on when I'm reading things like Sin City and other stuff. Sin City itself is the character. You know what I mean? Like if you actually read the whole thing, and that's I believe the city is basically that same character, right? The city has these issues, and you have people who are who live their daily lives with no power, but they're cops, they're firemen, they're rescue teams and stuff. So it's kind of nice to see, you know, like I think Marvel did that back in the day. They tried to do this this what do you call it? Those cleanup crews or
Clean. I know exactly what you're talking about. And just for Comic Journey, I wrote it, and then Leonardo Utin did the art for it.
Yeah. By the way,
these
I just wanted to give you my notice as a normal person living in this side of the border. I noticed that Canada flag.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I wanted not to scare off Americans. I don't know what Americans, think of Canada these days. But no, I wanted there to be like, is that a Canadian flag? Could be, couldn't be. Kind of in this world. But canonically. Said Canada. For sure.
Go Leafs! No.
Go Maple Leafs.
The hockey thing, guys. Just hockey.
Yeah.
But hey, I noticed you revealed 7 pages.
Yeah.
So how many pages you got left to do?
Yes. So we revealed 7. We are now finished number 16. And the whole book will be 20 interior pages with a front cover, inside cover, and then back cover there. So
the back cover for the thank you sections and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get 20 pages of art and story, and then the covers.
So let me ask you, if you succeed with the campaign, is that when you pay the artist, or
no? I'm currently paying the artist now, out of pocket, and then the Kickstarter goal is will cover most of the art, and then I'd be doing the shipping and printing there, but the art is paid for per page as we go along.
Oh, so if the artist finish all the pages, then that person is going to get I forgot yeah. So he'll get so he's guaranteed payment no matter what.
Guaranteed pay for him. I'm hoping for myself, if you guys want to back the Kickstarter.
Well, we definitely need to make that at least the first round.
Yes.
Right?
Love for writers, guys. Okay? Writers are important too.
What this is where you guys want to back the book. I think this is how we save comics. This is from now on. This is how we save comics. This is how I'm going to do it. Right?
Absolutely. Well,
how far along are the walks in the book?
Yeah, and truthfully, when I first started out, outside of figuring out how to do the script and everything else, a lot of what I listened to was what people didn't like about current comics nowadays. You know, I put it the Pauls in Spider-Man, if you will, and I think the newest Daredevil run too, and just kind of I was listening to people that were kind of fed up with the formulaic corporate notion of like what comic books are, like resetting the status quo and like having like a really good run and then have someone else take it over and like don't do anything with how it ended. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it feels like the filler in some of these
yeah,
series.
yeah,
An episode that you don't need, and you're like, why did I come back this
why
week?
am I reading this? And the reason you're reading it is because they need to hit deadlines. But I just found this superpower with indie comics where you don't need a status quo to reset. You know, you get this one vision of this one story, and you know, biasly, I'd say that indie comics are made with love and care that you know you might not get corporately, and I wanted to make something to where it's like, you know what, indie comics, Kickstarter comics, they have a voice, we have a voice, and you know, let's make something to shake things up a bit. And
yeah. So anybody jumping in for the first time, the link is in the chat that we're trying to post for the Kickstarter campaign. But if you don't want to scroll through the chat and you are on the rewind, you can actually it should be in the show note. Any way you can back it and support it, that'd be great. Even
please,
by sharing the link to the Kickstarter, because we have 26 days left to go. So yeah, let's see if we can reach the 2,500 and above goal. The more the merrier, and that way we can cover the. So the book is pretty much the artist has already been paid. The creative team, the artist, the writer has already been paid. So we just got to make sure that Brayden here gets to eat besides just ramen and
ramen noodles, mama noodles, you know
and that letter is paid too. The letter is paid, right?
Yeah. They're all paid for, so we just want to make sure that he has books. Then
for the writing, I think everything is done on writing part.
Yeah, then if the summer is right, I'm assuming you're going to be going out to a couple local cons, and I might be able to see you out there.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, and Comic Journey. How far along is the book? So we are on page 16 of 20. So we are very far along in the process. The book is going to be finished because the artist finished all the pages and cover. So we have two. Both covers are done. And then we have two other covers from the variant artist. Like I said, 16 pages are completed at this moment, and we are working on page 17, I believe, now. So yeah, we are, like I said, along in the process, and we are at the home stretch of everything. Yeah. So no worries there.
Yeah. So CJ, just letting you know, the artist is doing the color work too. So he's a combo. He's kind of stuff. While you're around, this is just a side note. This has nothing to do with the show, but I got some info about Dan Day. That's some good news for you. So we'll talk later. Anyways, he's pretty much 75% complete. So that's what's happening. So it's a good. Also, another side note: he is a fellow Canuck. Because we're fantastic, and that's how we are. No, that's why you want to back us.
Okay, that's actually the Canucks. My dad's favorite hockey team.
Yes, I know.
Canucks. That's his team. So
still go Leafs.
There you go.
You guys go on, and you gotta. Maybe it's a good time to look into campaigns and stuff.
Yeah, you want to do that? Okay, so we'll jump back a little bit. Okay, so let's so everybody who started, we saw the trailer at the beginning. There's a bunch of preview pages, and we'll go through the reward section. What you get, Fable Canadian, the Fable Canadian.
We are mystic
That's
and
right.
cold.
That's there's really nothing else. We sit in the cold,
Yeah.
we drink maple syrup, and we write
Uh,
comics and we draw comics. That's
there you go. That's it.
sometimes we stroke the beaver.
Oh, you know what? I need to add, there's an elephant in the room question that I do need to ask. Okay.
Sure.
Yep.
You guys been mentioning Canada. So if for these some of these rewards, will the shipping will add significant amount of money to the backers?
Yeah.
No. So in terms of you American, lovely Americans, I know that shipping internationally can be a huge killer. We're working with a fulfillment team that's in the States to keep shipping rates as low as possible. So all printing and shipping will be done stateside to cut down on any like huge international costs or anything like that. So I think we have shipping for our physical copies $12 Canadian for Americans, which conversion rate is like $9 American or around there. So $9 there. I try to cut it down as much as we possibly could for you guys. Yeah.
So you're printing from stateside, which means you're going to ship from
fulfillment.
within the. So shipping is within the state.
Yes, for any American backers, it will be shipping through the state to cut down on the cost, and then obviously any Canadian backers, I'll just be printing here and shipping it out Canada wide.
Yeah. So Americans, don't worry, we're going to keep our jobs. Okay.
You're not breaking the bank. You're not breaking the bank.
That's right. Yeah. So it's good, right? And guys, just letting you know, you have 30 days before the 25% tariffs kick in. And you go, wait a second, what's going on? Well, you have to remember a lot of paper is from Canada. So that is every time they drive it across the border, that goes up for you guys. I heard from Bleeding Cool that price might go up. For us Canadian, the idiotic part is the printing is done here. It's driven across to New Jersey, where Diamond Distribution and Lunar and all those other guys are there. They pay 25% markup. Then it gets shipped back to Canada, where we pay 25% markup.
Yeah.
Right? So our $4.99 book will be about $9, I believe. That's gonna. So this is where comic comes to die. So, but this is our chance to save the comic book industry by backing up all indies. So it's the year of the indies, guys. Right? This is the year of the indies. Right. So okay, so let's so fulfillment is done through fulfillment, and for US backers are done in the US. So that'll be about $9, which is kind of nice. Then Brayden here, for us Canadian backer, he will personally drive to every location.
Your home. You heard it here first, folks.
Canada's a small country. Don't worry about it, guys.
Personally drive to you.
We'll just take the sled dog and the igloo. And...
yeah, exactly. Hey?
And we'll deliver that way. That's how we do it, right? So okay, so let's go through the rewards tiers that you have, right? So holy smokes, I can't see that.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on.
You go ahead. You start. Okay, so the first one is, what are we looking at?
First one looking at is
the thank you one, the first tier, the $5 digital.
Get your name in the book, $5.
Yeah.
Canadian dollar. So that's $4 in American dollar, right there.
Yeah. Then you have add-ons. I'm assuming that you added on there, or original.
Just the digital copies.
Digital copy has the add-ons.
Yeah. Okay, and the add-on.
And then that's the digital.
Oh, I see why this is not showing because
because you already have it in the cart. So it goes thank you and then digital copy, which is 12 Canadian, so about $9 for you lovely Americans.
Yeah.
So basically, there's one giveaway left today for the keep.
Yeah, and your name gets to be in the
Thank you page in the book.
And
Okay.
this is digital deluxe cup. What is this one does?
Yes, that's the digital deluxe copy that comes after the digital. So 15 Canadian, $11, couple extra dollars American, and that'll give you access to the inks, the pencils, some different pages here and there. We might even throw in some old art from the beginnings. And to kind of show you the process of how everything came to be.
Okay. And we got the physical copy, the A copy, A version A, which is already done. This cover is already done, right?
Yes, done,
Yeah.
completed.
Yeah.
And this is done by the same artist, I'm assuming.
But the same, Leonardo did this one.
Yeah. So this is the this is the issue 1 of the book of we're assuming if this is very successful, let's make it up to issue 8, which would be fantastic.
Yes.
Get the full story arc and the whole bit. Okay. Then this one is just regular A, then B cover. This is all done by the same artist. The
Also
interior
done
artist.
by the same artist. Yes.
Yeah.
And you got the C cover.
C cover. So this one was actually done by my first artist, Gleed Robinson. And so he did the variant cover for this one. Different take on the characters. You got a little destruction, a little road there. Very, very cool.
Yep. Next.
And then this one by the same artist, Gleed Robinson, and this is actually Superman versus Batman homage.
Yeah.
To one of the posters there that he did, and to note, all physical copies also get the digital deluxe version of the
book.
PDF. Yeah, and also you
like
get.
Sort of revealed that it looks like a.
Oh, Brian!
Brian
Brian got the got the D. Hey, let's go! Awesome, thank you, Brian. And this covers. I love the neon with everything. Was super cool, and he did there. And so with physical copies, you also get the digital deluxe, and you also get your name in the thank you page as well. So
you get all 4 covers on this bundle.
yes, so this is pretty much buy 4 get 1 for free. I believe the cost adds up to about 3 copies per for the price, and then so instead of charging you for all 4, we charge you for 3, and you get you get 1 off.
Yeah, you can sneak into your retailer and leave them on the shelf.
Yeah, there you go. Eh?
That's how or you show up at conventions, you take over somebody's table without them knowing it, and you sit down and you sell it. That's how that's the aftermarket.
Don't forget the hashtag cash only, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Cash only.
Yeah, cash only. There you go. The Canadian way.
The Canadian, American cash only.
Yeah, sure. Hey, yeah. For that conversion rate, I wouldn't mind it. So this is a cool tier. So thinking of different tiers to do other than just here's the book. Background characters here. So if you want to be a background character, we use your likeness. We wanted this to be kind of like a limited thing because we can't draw everybody into the book.
So you got 3 left. You got only 3 left on this one.
Yeah, 3 left. So hey, it is filling up. You got 3 left, folks. If you want to get this one, it is running out.
Right. So you get to be part of the comics. Besides just having your name in the thank you section, you are actually in the comic, right?
Yes,
so it'll be your first appearance for those key collectors out there, especially in modern collectors, right? But if you wait 50, 60 years, it'll be golden age or whatever the terms are, a silver age collection. So you die in real life, you are, immortalized in this book. So it's a good way to back, keep your
book,
Tell your kids. You're in
let's
a
be
comic
honest.
book.
This book be worth more if you become famous yourself. Okay.
That's
There
right.
you go.
Before you die, please become a famous first. Okay.
Yeah.
Then what's the last one for the next one?
So the next one is the Kill Me Off tier. So this is super cool. So this is kind of a step above the background character tier. And so yeah, we'll kill you. We'll kill you in the book. You get so we use your likeness just like the background characters here, but you gotta go out. You know, you gotta say, hey, I'm killed off in this comic book. And you know, and you gotta open the page and see, oh, this is where I die.
Is it a side victim or one of the main characters in the story?
So this is so whoever gets this tier, like the background character tier, will use your likeness in it. But you get to be one of the civilians of Rook City that unfortunately get murdered. Or well, I mean fortunately, because you're getting the tier. Yeah, we just wanted something interactive that was like a little bit more than just putting you in the book. And I thought it'd be cool to be like, hey, I died in this comic book. So
that's right. Then you could probably use it as a death certificate to get out of a marriage if you guys want. Right?
Yeah. Or hey, if you need to file for bankruptcy, man, you're already gone.
That's
you know?
right. It's evidence.
Get off some debts here, folks.
All right, who does a new identity? Who does a new identity?
You heard it here first. If you
That's
need
right.
a new identity,
Two slots left, guys. Two slots left.
Two slots.
This is one of those
Actually,
important
you had
tiers, right?
one back on that one, so that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So this is kind of cool. So you don't have any stickers or you know, iron-ons and t-shirts and bookmarks and coasters and keychains, which is kind of cool. I know that some audience member out there who will be disappointed because they're missing the sticker, right, CJ?
Actually, for you sticker lovers, we actually in our stretch goals, we have, if we are funded, in one of the stretch goals, we do have stickers, but they are free.
Okay.
So they come with any physical copy, and completely free. We didn't want to charge for stickers. We wanted you guys to.
What's your stretch goal?
So stretch goals, we have. I think
Is it on the campaign page or
yeah,
I don't?
yeah. If you scroll down on the campaign page, a little higher. There, it's the in memory, and
There
then
you
just a
go,
little.
uncle. Oh, wow.
Yes, yeah. That's my that was my uncle. Yeah.
That's his uncle there. So yeah. I do not like stickers.
I do not like stickers.
Yeah, it's an in joke with CJ. So.
Oh, is it really? He's like, I hate stickers. I'm back. Right there.
So a little bit. There you go.
Yeah,
stretch goal. There we go. Okay, so let's go through the stretch goal. So what are you looking at? Your stretch.
So 4 digital wallpapers when we get fully funded. For 4,000, every physical copy is signed. And then we have 4,500. So stickers, packet stickers, free with any physical order. And then 5,000, you get 5 character portraits that come along with your whatever you order physically. And it's just our way of giving back. I know sometimes people will put stretch goals and then be like, yeah, it'll be like a $2 add-on or something like that, and totally fine to do that. But we just, especially with it being our first project, we wanted to be like, here's some freebies. If we do really well, you guys get extra free stuff. So
that's cool. That's cool. So just a side note, everybody, because it is a handwritten JPEG image that's on there. The stretch goal is in Canadian dollars, right there, CAD, right? That's for Canada.
Yes, yeah.
So
Canada.
Yes.
Yes.
So really, in American, let's say 5,000 stretch goal is probably I don't know, $20 American.
A crisp $20 bill.
So let's see if we can reach the first stretch goal and get digital wallpaper and stuff first. I know that for the Kickstarter campaign right now on the Canadian website.
We're actually really.
Yep.
Close.
Yeah,
Just
we're at 2,300 right now. That's 43 backers, and which is his goal is 3,500 sorry, 3,500 Canadian.
Yes.
But on the on Naman's thing, he's in America, so you guys are usually in the U.S. So we're looking at about $2,500 to break. Let's see if we can make it up to 3,000. I believe that will hit the first stretch goal with
and that'll get us fully funded too. So I mean, hey, you know,
Hey, Brayden, I do recommend you hit up on K-pop if you haven't already.
Yes, I was and I think I bugged you guys about that too in the chat.
Yes.
But
K-pop, you want to be on her channel. She does a lot of the Kickstarter stuff. K-pop, like myself, don't sleep. I don't know where she finds the time and all that stuff, but she's usually running into a lot of interview with a lot of Kickstarter campaigns and stuff like that from around the world. So she'll be up all ages of the hour. So you wanna hit that before your
I'll definitely hit them up for sure.
Yeah, like that. So stickers is the main goal to get, so that way every backers can get some stickers. Those are the best. Okay.
Yeah, for CJ. I'll get you. You know what? I'll get you some special stickers, CJ.
That's right.
I mean? There you go, just for you.
So
make sure there's a hands there.
That's right, with the hands. Okay, so we went through basically the two main characters and stuff like that. In the first issue, what can you give a quick plot of the story for anybody joining in for the very first time?
For sure.
For issue, what are the key characters? What are we seeing as the character goes into key main villain? Can you give that away? And all the other stuff? Yeah,
for sure. So in the first issue, you see Haven and Inferno, the guy on fire, fighting, Inferno being the villain. And through the process of their fight, an apartment complex burns down. In that apartment complex is the Humans for Humanity leader, Jeremy Whitaker, which is an anti-enhanced, our term for mutants. God, kind of just aside, I wish I could use mutants in the book. Like, mutants is such a nice word, but we enhanced, which is better because it's in indie. So anti-enhanced organization, the leader dies, and you get riots in the streets, now descending on Rook City PD. You have, it cuts to the detective and Haven in an interrogation room, pretty much the detective grilling Haven like, hey, you held back there. And we, other people that don't have powers don't have that luxury. And throughout the issue, you see kind of the toll or the consequences that takes on the people, right? That have to. Thank you so much, Comic Train. Love that. That it takes on these people. And you see kind of like the jaded detective and Haven go from clashing ideologies to working together to an extent. But to touch on Inferno, it was really super important for me in terms of the villain for the villain to have to be compelling, right? If he's going to be fighting your main character, if he's going to be kind of introducing the book, really, as the antagonist in the first issue, I wanted him to be super interesting. So
he's not really a one-sided, like, you got the Lex Luthor, we know who he is, and stuff like that. But you are giving him, like, what do you call it? Like the kind of like the Doctor Doom, where Doom is not really evil, or no, Magneto's not really evil. He's doing what he's doing because he believes what he's doing.
Is right, exactly. And so for Inferno, with him, what I really wanted to do is I wanted to be like, hey, if there are going to be heroes, if there are, is going to be kind of this back and forth with society and these heroes on the destruction of these battles and kind of the consequences that happen out of them, after the aftermath of these fights, right? Let's have someone be affected by that, right? And so actually, I'll get into the backstory of Inferno. Is like his parents were killed during a fight between a hero and a villain, and the hero was losing, and instead of saving the civilians, ran, and it kind of warped something in Inferno, where it made him, especially when he got his powers, believe and think in this mission to destroy these heroes and to cause as much havoc as he can. Because the one hero that's going to stop him, right, the one person that's strong enough to stop him, is someone that can protect the city, right? Is someone that can kind of take this on. And so he kind of went down this path where he's like, okay, I'm gonna go all out. I'm going to kind of have this twisted mentality, and if it takes one death, two death, whatever it may be, I'm gonna make sure that whoever takes the mantle of hero, whoever wants to rise up and do this, is prepared, is ready, and whatnot there. And so yeah, that was kind of the inspiration behind him, and I think between him and Haven just make a really good kind of foil.
Yeah, I one of the pages you sent, I thought it was interesting. You might want to bring up is the one of the the gore, the invincible like no holds bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so so what brought you into this? Because I know we're no longer a 9-year-old kid reading comic books.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So
and a lot of that was to really press that home of hey, you're not reading Superman anymore, and so I wanted to really drive home the brutality and the gore there, that serious things can happen, and people can be hurt and taken out and what have you there. And when structuring the book, I really wanted to kind of dissuade any notions that things are just going to be hunky-dory at the end of the day,
right.
Or that there is going to be like an applause, right? It's going to be dark, it's going to be gritty, it's going to be messy, right? It's going to be messy, and you just have, I think, people in this book doing the best they can with what they have.
Right. Power or no power. That's
exactly
it. Right.
Exactly.
And the consequences of people with power and the consequences of people with no power. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have a bunch of moral, what's the term? Line that some people might cross, and what happens when you cross that line, or when you walk up to that line, or some challenges do you want to cross, and all that stuff. So that's I'm assuming that's the kind of story you want to tell, and that's what we're looking at here as a detective story, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It is kind of what does this city ask of you? What do the people ask of you in order to protect it? And are you willing to kind of meet that bar? And which way are you willing to go to do that?
Yeah.
Ambiguity, moral ambiguity.
Ambiguity. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks.
Hey guys. Let's. I mean, I want to thank you guys for coming by.
Yeah, thank you guys very, very much. We are, I think,
looks like we're closing down, and so I do want to thank the chat room for sticking around. And,
thank you guys.
And let's give our last giveaway before we close. I mean, we could talk a little bit more, but let's give something away for our chat room. So let's go ahead and hey, we could give everybody's chance to. It's going to be hashtag Brayden. So in the spirit of saying, hey, we root for you, Brayden. We root for your success.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Definitely, if you can back it. Let's make this happen, guys. Brayden is already upfront a lot of the artist is all paid for. The creative team is all paid for. So we want to make sure that at least Brayden has enough money to buy a cup of coffee at the Tim Hortons
At the end of the day.
and a donut, all right? Besides just a bag of ramen from the dollar store. So we want to make sure that he can have enough energy to write the second issue and continue his journey through saving comics through indie. So which is kind of
one indie book at a time.
One book at a time. That's all we can do right now with uncertainty with Diamond and the tariffs that's happening and all that stuff. So hashtag Brayden. If you can back this, by all means, thank you so much, guys, and for the creative team and stuff. And even just by sharing a link to this would be great. Let's make this happen, right? And let's see. I'm
really honestly, overall, I'm looking for all the independents to give them at least win their first book, right?
Yep.
Right. Give everybody a chance, right? You know, so that's I mean I really meant it when I say, hey, this kind of campaign. I mean, this is when we could bring out the creative in all the people, not just few, and
absolutely.
But eventually, truthfully, you guys there's gonna be one gonna rise to the top, right? I mean that's right, and but I think everybody can find their niche, and you don't have to be at the top. You could be be there, finding a niche and finding success within your niche, and I think this is it. This is the way. There's democratize, split the power, among a whole bunch of people, the creative power, right? I mean, so I love it. That's why I support any kind of indie, effort, especially when dealing with the creative work like writing, drawing, art, music. Yeah, I love it. So I'm glad I'm part of this. Hopefully your success. I'm part of yours.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys are a part of it too. And I super appreciate the host and having you guys interview me. Thank you very much.
So
all right.
So so Naman's gonna run the wheel and all this stuff. So Brayden, can you let us know what is your next step, or are you doing it
now? 3 people.
Right? Yep.
Okay. Next steps. So I'm actually working on a second project in the middle of this one, which sounds crazy, and it is.
Hey! Congrats!
I think you guys had him on that one interview with Shift, hey?
So I need to write that down.
Just hit up Naman.
It so happens that I know both of these guys, so that's good. I mean,
there you go. Hey, there you go.
Are you doing any cons that's coming up, or
so I'm going to be trying to hit most of them, at least in Canada. So I believe I'm doing Calgary. I want to hit Edmonton, and then Saskatoon for sure because it's down the road, which is nice. So I'm going to be hitting those and just trying to see because some of them start a little earlier. But kind of down that kind of summer timeline. Whatever ones I can get into, absolutely.
Right. So let's get them some books so we can actually show up the cons.
Yes.
And put them on the table and and sell some stuff, right, guys? So that's the idea for a lot of this is the creator having some books to walk around and say, look, I've done this, right? And hopefully he can bring in some new readers and that's just one reader at a time. That's all we need, guys, to save the industry, right? It's all about getting new readers into the story, and even new creatives. There's a lot of artists and a lot of creative people in our chat right now, and a lot of collectors, that are in this industry right now, and we're trying to see if we can save one comic book at a time, especially right now, right? So yeah, the show notes will have the link to the Kickstarter. If you guys are in there, back any way you can for that. Any other appearance you're gonna do? Did you have anything with K-pop scheduled yet, or
no? Nothing scheduled, but I'm definitely gonna shoot them a message. Yeah, because they seem super nice. Of course. So yeah.
And any of the YouTuber guys out there, please reach out to Brayden.
Reach out to me, Haven Comic, on all social medias. And let's talk.
Yeah.
Also, notice Brian. Besides the K-pop, you might also want to contact Brian.
Brian.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, Brian, reach out to him, or vice versa. It's your Instagram's down there, right? In the show note.
My Instagram should be down in the show note. Yeah, shoot me a message on Instagram. If you have any other shows or anything like that, and I'll definitely get back to each and every one of you.
Yeah, and that way, let's make this happen, right? So,
absolutely.
Thanks everybody. Congratulations to La Cruces and was it Siren 136?
That's Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Yes, I forgot. There's so many names. I got 2 hours of sleep, guys.
Hey, take care of your health, buddy.
For sure. Hey.
So please support all that. He's one of his characters inspired by his uncle who died of cancer, right? So speaking of cancer, please. Or the C3 is happening. A bunch of shows to start to announce. So Comic for Curing Cancer. Right? So it's a great cause, guys. So please back that. All proceeds will go directly to the American Cancer Society. I believe Rob Fatstack. I just know him as Rob.
Rob Fatstack.
Yeah. He's telling us that there's a new website that go directly. So it is an official campaign for the American Cancer Society. And they'll be posting up original art giveaways and so stuff for all the donations.
We'll put a lot of art into that,
That's right. So it is a great cause. Cancer does affect a lot of us. And as you can see, one of our creator was affected by cancer. I have family members like that too, and stuff like that. So guys, I'm let's make this happen. Fuck cancer.
Who say those Canadians don't do anything? Huh?
Canadians taking back comics.
That's right. We're taking back comics. Exactly. Right. We're gonna save comics from you US guys. From the big two. Exactly. Right. So please back up Brayden. And his book looks fantastic. The art is very professional looking.
Art is awesome. Hey, that's a.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I mean, like it is a great looking book. From what I've seen from the artwork itself. Can't wait to actually, see the first issue. That's the whole thing. You want to hold it in your hand. Digital is kind of cool, but for some reason you just want to hold a book in your hand. And
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And hopefully by that time, we'll get a trade paperback. And knock on wood, right? Knock on wood.
Hey, for sure.
Right. And that'd be cool. That is something that we can archive into the comic. In the Toronto area, there is a comic book archive library. I forgot about that. There is an organization that does this and keeps all that stuff, and you can actually go to downtown Toronto. You can actually go and go read through books and stuff like that from a lot of indie stuff, because indie stuff gets lost.
Sure.
right? So those are the things. So that's how we want to be able to like save the industry, is have these books out there, because without stories like Brayden's Haven's what you call superhero noir kind of story out there, you know, yeah, it's gonna be dull. You're gonna be reading Batman and Superman for the rest of your life, right? And X-Men stuff. So, you know, you want to do something a little different. So that's a good plan, right? So let's make it happen, guys. And thank you. We'll see you next Wednesday, right?
So, well, next Wednesday. Oh, next Wednesday. Oh, we'll be bombarding the Instagram,
Yeah,
and the YouTube for our next guest. But yeah, thanks for coming by, Brayden, and
Yeah, no, thank you guys for having me.
thanks for conducting the interview, Luke. Till next week. Thanks, guys. Chat in the chat.
Thanks a lot, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you, guys. Oh shoot, it's so awkward when I cannot hit the freaking button. Where's my mouse, man? Where's my mouse? You know how you lose your pointer?
We're still live.
Right now.
You get old and you kind of lose your pointer. Exactly.
Finally found the pointer. It's on the in stream. Thanks, guys. Till next time.
Good night, guys. Don't lose your pointer.